We started to create a tool for owners, for them to put in all their requirements, room data sheets and equipment plans, especially for hospitals in the beginning. And at that point, it was not used too much by architects and engineers because there was no connection to the architect tools. Immediately when we connected dRofus to Revit, to ArchiCAD, and made bidirectional synchronization, it suddenly became very interesting for them as well to have the owner requirements directly synchronized into the design tools. So at that point, both owners, architects, engineers, and later on also contractors become our customers. Absolutely. We have been growing organically as a company for many years, and we see in several markets, both the US, Australia, Asia, and Europe, that the awareness of doing this properly, doing the right, and make BIM models and handle the information correctly is growing definitely in all markets. Well, I think our role in the project was limited to the scope of what dRofus could offer them. And obviously they have a very high-profile BIM project behind them. And they had many challenges over the years, but what they did that was very different from what we have seen anywhere else is that they had all the architects and engineers and everyone contributing to update their models all the way through the project, so that at the end of the project they actually had models with assets that is reflecting what they actually had built. That made it possible for them to operate the building based upon the BIM. Yes, dRofus has been a member of buildingSMART for 10-15 years now and have always been a supporter of open standards, especially since the owners and public owners are so important customers for us. They want that in order to be independent of software vendors in the long-term management of information. So we have always been supporting IFC as a standard, and can both import and export on IFC and COBie and use the open standards. Well, if you look upon the cost for a building, from it starting to plan it until it's demolished like 50, 100 years later, it's obvious that the cost of a building is not the design and construction. The cost of a building is the operational phase of the building. So whatever we can do in the planning and design and construction phase to make the real savings in the operational phase better, that will help tremendously on the total spending on a building. So that's why it's so important to get all the information we put into the BIM models over into operation, so that you have efficient and accurate data set and models in operational phase. Airports are very good examples of why you have to focus on these things. They are big, they're complex, there is a lot of people involved there, and they have very strict security requirements that has to be fulfilled. So especially which in our area on the asset management, they need to know the whole history of an asset. When was it bought? Who did we buy it from? Who has done maintenance on it? What has been done on maintenance, and when was it replaced? That kind of tracking of an asset's life cycle is very important in an airport project.